age 26 season. Last year had 146 innings with a 3.58 ERA, 209 strikeouts in those 146 innings. He gets a 6-year, $170 million contract. He was due to be a free agent in 2027, so he had 2 years left, this year and next year, before he could become a free agent. So the Red Sox had the leverage. They use it. And yet Crochet still gets his AAV is $28 million. So he's on like among the highest average annual value for starting pitchers. Your thoughts?
I think this is one of the most unique contracts done in the history of the game.
Really?
I have a comparison. It's to Tyler Glasnow, who the Dodgers gave an extension to last year after acquiring him from the Dodgers. He was another guy, high-end stuff, but just had been hurt a lot.
Right.
But even when you look at this, 529 and 2/3 innings, it's still 300 more innings than Crochet. And one other thing, besides Glasnow, every other pitcher who has ever who has gotten a 9-figure deal has thrown at least 800 innings. So we're in this area because where you are really betting on a stock based on last year's performance.
And
last year's performance was terrific.
Yeah.
But consider what we're dealing with. Relief pitcher, miss a year for Tommy John, relief pitcher, great starter.
Right.
That is his run-up here. Do you believe it? If you believe it, this might, even with the numbers you say, it might turn out to be a great contract for Boston.
You know what? My gut feeling when I heard it, I was like, wow, what a great move by the Red Sox. Like, they're now investing. They know you have to keep your signature piece, especially in the rotation. But his ERA plus last year was 115. I mentioned a 3.58 ERA. 100 is league average for an ERA plus, so he's only 15% better than league average. That's not fantastic for 146 innings. That's it. Take a look at him year by year. If I was just looking at reference, like if I wasn't influenced, I'm actually unduly influenced, Joel, by doing MLB Tonights in the preseason, and I got most of his starts the days he pitched. I was working, and he looked fantastic. But look at this. Career stats, his ERA and his innings pitched. It's not, if I'm just looking at his baseball reference page, I'm thinking, you gave $170 million to that guy. So what's correct? Wishing you had the track record, or looking, and especially the way we look at pitching in this day and age, Joel, where whatever you have, that stuff can be measured, and what you have is what's happening right now, and what's happening right now is what's important.
You know, one of the fascinating things that's happened over time, BK, with free agency is it used to be if you had a great track record, you got paid. And part of the great track record was innings. Now that's almost held against you. In free agency, where it's like, well, you've got a lot of mileage on you. Like, for example, Michael King is going to be a free agent this offseason. I think if he pitches anything close to last year, he's going to do great because people are going to go, wow, not a lot of innings.
Yeah, the odometer.
You know? And I think so here, the Red Sox are saying we have ways both with eyesight and analytics to say what your stuff is. And the stuff is great. And I also think it is an interesting time in Red Sox history. They have not been a good team for several years in a very big market. They've been accused since the moment they traded Mookie Betts of kind of not going for it in a way that their marketplace
and not being a top-tier club anymore.
Right? Yeah. Now, they're at a moment where they might have the best farm system in the sport, good enough to trade a couple of big pieces to get Crochet and still have great stuff that's starting to get through to the major leagues. And this offseason, we saw Bregman, Buehler, and now this move, which suggests they're trying to deal with this at both ends. We've got this funnel coming. Can we put, especially pitching, which is not, their best prospects are all positional guys. So can we put a piece that will be here with those positional guys for a period of time?
I like the move. I think it's
a calculated gamble on an upside arm.
He was the #1 swing and miss guy in the game last year, #1. So that's what plays. And yet, would I like to have, again, to get to the human aspect of his resiliency, can he put it together for the 6-month grind and deliver?
Year after year.
Year after year, because only then is he worth $170 million. So there is another, I can love the strikeout rate all I want, but there is a pushback there.
There's always context. I don't think this deal works if you're the Milwaukee Brewers. I do think it works. The Red Sox could survive this if it goes wrong. But if it goes right, they've actually got an incredible deal for a #1 starter.